Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. Doing a little bit of a different video today. I'm not playing a game. Crazy. What I am going to do, I'm going to rank every Rainbow Six Siege operator into their respected tier list. This is obviously going to be very opinionated towards what I believe. Um, Characters that I use that I like a lot might be higher on the list than what they should be, but realistically, I'm going to put them into the category that I do believe that they should be in. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and get right on into it. Starting off, of course, with the most banned or the second most banned operator behind Mira in Ace. I think Ace is a very good operator. He's obviously a hard breacher, which is necessary on every single team, whether it's, Ace, Thermite, or Habana. I think Ace is I'll say it. I'm gonna get yelled at for it, but Ace is overrated. Ace is a great operator, and realistically, I'm still gonna put him into S tier. But he is way, way, way overbanned. He is not that good, realistically, to get banned first attack every single time. Again, my opinion, I think Thermite's better, but he's got a great gun, got a great ability, and speaks for itself. Now, next up is Alibi. Alibi is a good operator. She's nothing crazy, nothing special. She is pretty average. She's got a good gun. I do like Alibi's gun a lot. Her ability is pretty whack in the grand scheme of things. I'm going to put Alibi in C tier. Again, I think she's just pretty average. She's got a good gun. She's got a pretty bad ability. Those kind of even themselves out. So I think C is an appropriate place to put Alibi. Amaru. Amaru is tough because if you play Amaru correctly, she can be good and you can catch a lot of people off guard. But most people that play Amaru will jump into a window and die within 10 seconds of whatever window they jump in. This one's tough. I'm in between D and F. I don't think she's really F tier because there are good things about Amaru, like post plant situations, things of that nature. I'm gonna put her in D. It literally could go either way, D or F. Um, no, I'm gonna keep her in D. There is a use for Amaru, but realistically, you can only play if you have a successful round. You're never gonna play her again because they're just gonna wait for it the second time around. Now, Aruni's S tier, 100% S tier. She has one of the best guns in the game. She has a really good ability, and she can punch giant holes in walls for rotations. She's one of the only defensive operators who has a marksman sight, which is putting her way above everyone else. Everyone is crutching the DMR right now with her, and rightfully so. It's probably one of the top three guns on defense right now. She is easily the top of the list so far. She's better than Ace, in my opinion. I didn't mention this either, but I am going to try and rank them in their own tier where I think they are as well.
Shopping for your next car?
Whoa! Whoa!
What about a sunroof?
Hey! Got hit with an ad right there. That being said, I think Aruni is better than Ace. So Aruni right now, number one on the list.
Shopping for your next car?
Stop! Anyways, next up is Ash. Ash is a great fragger. She has two great guns. She has a pretty good ability. It's not the best ability by any means. She's definitely not S tier. I'll put Ash in A because if you're good with Ash, you're really fucking good. Straight up. If you can use the R4C or the
Shopping for your
G8.
next car?
Stop with the ads. Just gonna turn my volume down. All right, there we go. That's better. Moral story: Ash is a very good operator. She's a bit overhyped, if you ask me. I think there's better fraggers out there than Ash, but she does have 2 good guns. She has a pretty good ability, and she's a 3-speed. She belongs in A tier. Now, Azami's a tough one because if you put Azami in the right hands, Azami is 100% an S tier operator. But I see a lot of people play her who are not very good. Now, I don't think that you should base the character's skill or rank based off of people who play them. But I think she is a very good operator. She has a really good ability. She has 2 really good guns. Oh, she has 1 really good gun, 1 okay gun. I'm going to put her in A tier behind Ash. She's one of the best operators in the game for sure, but I don't think she's an S tier operator. Now, Bandit is interesting because
Shopping for your next car?
Bandit, I would have
What about a
put in
sunroof?
S or A tier before this season, but with the Dokkaebi
With millions of cars
reload,
nationwide,
as
Auto
long as
Navigator
you
makes it
in
easy
prep
to find the
phase
perfect one for
scan
you,
Bandit,
whatever that may
he
be.
either has to tank all the damage
Shopping for your next
from
car?
the Dokkaebi call,
What about a
do
sunroof?
Bandit trick, or he just has to give up the wall. I still think he's really good. He's a hard to
With
now
millions of cars
operator.
nationwide, Auto
put
Navigator
him in
makes it
B,
easy to find the perfect
but
one for you, whatever
He's
that
not better
may
than
be.
Cade. Honestly, Cade is so much better.
Shopping
I
for
like
your
the
next car?
MP7 a lot as a gun.
What about third row
but
seats?
Cade shotgun is better. It has marksman sight, long range, and Cade tricking is just a much better.
Say we're out of sync, say we're out of sync, but we're cooler than you think. Still chasing our dreams.
With millions of cars nationwide,
Blackbeard is
Auto
annoying
Navigator makes it easy to find the perfect one for you,
Do I think he's a
whatever
good
that may be.
operator? No. Can he really fuck up a round? Yes. I'm gonna put him in C tier, and I'll put him above Alibi. And reason being, I fucking hate shield operators, I'll be completely honest with you, but you have a shield operator who can use a DMR or an assault rifle behind a shield, so again, he's got to expose his head to use it. But if you have someone who's not good at aim or is in a panic situation, you got multiple people around you, enemy combatants, most of the time Blackbeard is going to win just because of reaction time. Now, I do think his shield goes down slow, personally. But he's got 2 pretty good guns. He's got an okay ability. He can breach walls, which is cool. And he's got frag grenades. He's very average. Moral of the story.
Shopping for your next car?
Now, Blitz
What about a sunroof?
is the same way. I think Blitz is better.
With millions of cars
than
nationwide,
Blackbeard.
Auto Navigator makes it
Obviously,
easy to
being
find the
able to
perfect
flash
one for you,
If-
whatever
if
that
you're
may
good
be.
with Blitz, you're good with Blitz. If you're bad with Blitz,
Shopping for your next
chances are
car?
you're bad with all shield operators.
What about a
But you're
sunroof?
really bad with Blitz because you don't know how to play it. Blitz can be really good. In the right hands,
With
Blitz
millions
can
of
be
cars
like an
nationwide,
operator,
Auto Navigator
but
makes
for
it
the
easy
general
to find the
population,
perfect
especially
one for you,
me, 'cause I
whatever that
fucking
may
suck
be.
with shields, he's very middle of the road. He's not bad. He's not great. He is pretty much average. Now, Brava is an interesting one because Brava, I think, is a really good operator. The problem with Brava is if they bring a mute, you're pretty much worthless. Um, there's a lot of hard counters to Brava. Brava does have a really good gun though. And I think the way that you make Brava better is if you hack one of your enemy team's gadgets, you shouldn't have the little red hue around them, letting them know that it's hacked. Now, would that be a little overpowered? Yeah, probably. I'm gonna put her in B, and I'll put her right behind Bandit. She's got a really good gun. She's got a good ability if you have a free way into sight to do it. But again, if they have a mute, they have a Mozzie, or if they just don't bring gadgets, there's no reason to play Brava. Now Buck I'm instantly putting into B tier. I want to put Buck into A, but I can't. I don't think Buck is as good as Azami or Ash. Buck has a really good gun. Talking about the C8, the assault rifle, and he's got a great ability too, being able to breach walls. But the only downside to the skeleton key is you obviously have to flip back over. So if you bust through a wall with the skeleton key, you still have to flip back over to the assault rifle, leave some valuable time on the board. I love Buck. I play Buck a lot. Buck is one of my favorite operators, but unbiasedly, I know he's just above. He's a good operator. He's not a great operator. He's not one of the best operators. Now, Capital, again, I really like Capital. If you know how to play him, I think he is a really good operator, but he's not anywhere in the vicinity of Brava, Bandit, or Buck, in my opinion. I do think he is a pretty average. I think he's a pretty average operator. He's got a really good gun, same gun as Brava. And he even has a DMR now, too. Or I think he's had the DMR for a while, but his assault rifle is really good. I think if you give him one more fire, one more smoke, I think Capital turns into one of the best operators in the game. But being limited to only 2 of each, you're limited to what you can do, and you got to make sure you make the right move, or you're just out here playing Call of Duty because you have no ability left. Which, same can be said for most of the operators, but that's why I think of Capital. Like him a lot, but he's mid. Now, Castle is an interesting one as well. The thing with Castle is a really good operator, but no one knows how to fucking use Castle. I can't tell you how many times I go into a ranked game and someone plays Castle and I'm either locked out of sight or I'm locked in sight. You gotta pick one or the other because you can't go in and out. The UMP is a middle of the road gun. It used to be better when it had ACOG, obviously. But I'm gonna put Castle in C. He's a very good operator if you know how to use him. A lot of hard counters to him though, and most of the time someone that's using Castle is locking you completely out of what you need. Vera, I think is pretty easy, is a D tier operator. I'm not gonna go F because about once every day I hop on this game, someone does on my team get interrogated by a Caveira, and then if you do get interrogated, I mean, you get wall hacks for, was it 15 seconds? I think, something like that, and then it doubles if you get a second one. She has her uses. She's better than Amaru, but her pistol's absolute garbage. Her shotgun's not good. The grease gun's actually a pretty okay gun, but if you're using Caveira, you're usually not using your primary. You're using silent step and have the pistol out. If someone drones, you're useless. If someone has snake, you're useless. If someone has Dokkaebi now, you're very much limited. I mean, there's so many ways to counter Caveira. She can't be higher than D. Same with Clash. Fuck Clash. I hate Clash. If you play Clash, you know, you're a piece of shit. Honestly, I'm putting Clash in F tier. she's a piece of shit. She fucking sucks. If you main Clash, you're the worst person in the world. I cannot fucking stand you. Cut, dry, period. Clash is garbage. I'm gonna get hate for that because I know there's a lot of people that like Clash, but garbage. She's useless. If someone plays Clash with the rework, it's a little bit different. But realistically, if you play Clash, go fuck yourself. Now, Deimos is really good. I'm going to put Deimos in A tier. I will put him behind Ashe. That's because he gets countered by, he can be countered by quite a bit. Mainly mute. I mean, if they bring a mute, Deimos is pretty much off of the table. Unless they don't know what they're doing. Deimos is really good. He's got a good loadout. His pistol, especially on mouse and keyboard, is so fucking good. And he's got a good ability too, especially, you know, late round, whatever. If you know how to play from underneath, he can be really good. I like Deimos a lot. I'm very happy with him being the second person in the A tier right now. Dennari is an interesting one. I actually just started playing Dennari a couple of days ago. And I've actually really enjoyed playing him. Using the FMG as his primary, or the Scorpion, they're both pretty good. Scorpion just got dumb recoil. So the FMG on defense is really good. He's got a pretty good ability if you know how to set it up properly. Does have a lot of counters. Obviously, they bring a Twitch or a Brava or grenades, anything really. It's going to be countered. I'm going to put Dennari in C tier. I think he's got a lot of potential, a lot of upside, but he's more of an annoyance than anything. Doc is really good too. He's slower than Butt, but he's good. I mean, he's good. He's a heal. He's one of two guys that'll heal you on defense. Him and Thunderbird, obviously. He's got two great guns in the P90 and the MP5. He's great. I mean, if you're solo queuing, Doc is one of the best operators to play because you can kind of, you're a bad Doc if you do this, but you can kind of fuck off and you can just heal yourself and be super selfish. Or you can be a W teammate and help out and heal your teammates. Most Docs aren't going to do that. I know from experience. Doc is a good operator. He's B tier. Now, don't mind this. This is an older list. I think this is from last season, maybe. So Dokubi's still our old logo. Don't mind that. Dokubi is literally the fucking best operator in the game right now. And it's not even fucking close. She is so overpowered. She was overpowered before. They made her more overpowered to somehow nerf her. I don't know the logistics behind that. But she was the best operator in the game before the rework. She's even further ahead as the best operator in the game now. I'm not going to get ahead of myself, but I don't see anyone being higher on the list than Dokubi. Straight up. Enough said. I mean, she's got two really good primaries, maybe three. I haven't used that Bullpup assault rifle a lot, but you know, the EBR, one of the best guns in the game. The Boss G, one of the best guns in the game. Great secondary in the SMG-12, and a dumb ability that's just so overpowered. Moving on, Echo is again in the right hands really good. Plant denial, stunning enemies before swinging. Echo can be really good, but most of the time he's not. And in my experience, someone that uses Echo usually just sits on their drones the entire time. Everyone's dead and they're still sitting on their drone. As soon as someone shoots the drone, the round's over. So I'm gonna give Echo. He's right in between B and C. I'm gonna put him at the top of the list on C. he could easily go in B as well. But I look at who's in B right now: Buck, Doc, Bandit, and Brava. I would rather play, and I think are better than Echo. Ella. Ella is pretty middle of the road too. I like Ella a lot. I go on spurts where that's all I will play. Rare, but I will go on those spurts. She has a pretty good primary in the Scorpion if you can control it. Her secondary is the scoped pistol, so pretty okay. But her ability is really good. If you know how to use an Elamine, especially in like an aggro way, and use it kind of like a grenade, it's really fucking good. But again, I look at Ella and I don't think she's on the same level as the people in B, so I gotta put her in C. And I will say I think Echo is a little bit better than her. Fenrir. You know, I remember when Fenrir was the most overpowered, most OP operator in the game for a little while. I think it was on release, right? On release, and then like a season and two after. And then they nerfed him. They took away one of his dreadnoughts that can be activated at the same time. But Fenrir is still really good. Got an MP7. Really good ability. I'm putting Fenrir in A. The only reason he's not better than the other people in A, he's the bottom list of A. But you put Fenrir in the right hands, especially in an offensive system, Fenrir can be really good. Finka's an interesting one too, because I actually just recently got into using Finka a lot. She's probably been the operator on attack I've used the most in the last like week. She's got a lot of versatility. The spear, I used to hate on it. Pretty good gun. I like the spear a lot on her and Thunderbird. Her being able to give those adrenaline boosts to res teammates and boost your health when you're making a push or late game situation, need a little bit of a heal. Finka is legendary. That being said, I can't put her in A. I will put Finka in B. I'm going to say Finka is better than Brava. Probably going to get some hate for that. I don't think she's better than the other comrades in B, of course. But I think she's absolutely deserving of B tier. Flores. Flores is an interesting operator because Flores can be very useful, or Flores could be absolutely worthless at the same time. He's one of the only operators where it's really hit or miss. You know, he's either gonna be a complete nuisance and be a great operator to play, or he's gonna do nothing. Most Floreses that I see, they're just gonna Flores the exact same drone hole over and over again, and the drone's gonna get shot. Flores is it's tough because Flores has good guns too. I'm gonna put Flores in C. He's not as bad as Caveira or Amaru, but he is on the bottom side of C. He's not better than anyone else in there. Frost is an interesting one as well because I love Frost. Frost was one of my first loves in Rainbow Six. Her ability is kinda not great. Her gun is really, I love the SMG. It's literally got zero recoil with silencer on it. It hits like a truck from long range. I'm gonna be biased here and I'm gonna put her in B. Is she really a B tier operator? Probably not. She's probably closer to C. But I love Frost. I think she's hot. And I've played Frost for a long, long time. So I'm keeping her in B. I don't care. Fuse is D tier. I'm not going to put Fuse in F. because Fuse does have his moments. He's got a good gun. You can either use a riot shield, which I wouldn't do because he's got the AK. Fuse is good if you have a full stack and there's a lot of communication. Now, I can't tell you how many fuses I've played with that will either kill their teammates because they're not paying attention, use the wrong room, or just waste all their fuse charges on like doorways. Fuse can be useful. It's very rare, but he can be useful. He's not a good operator. I will say this as someone who was a day one player. Fuse has really never been good. I used to play Fuse when I first started playing games because I thought he was cool, but he's terrible. And going off of his comrade Glaz, who, for those of you who have played the game long enough, remember his just butt ugly red scope before he had the thermal sight. I played Glaz a lot. I was one of the first, I would say, Glaz mains in the game. Glaz is pretty fucking ass, though, if I'm being completely honest. He has his moments. You can't see through senses anymore, which you used to be able to. I'm like 99% sure of that. And the only way that Glaz is really useful anymore is if you have a Maverick and you smoke off and then Mav a hole and then you just look through the reinforced wall because you're generally going to get outdueled. Glaz is D tier. That pains me to say it because I do love Glaz. He was actually, I think, the first character I bought an elite skin for, believe it or not. He's better than Fuse, but he's not better than Flores or Alibi. Just being completely honest. Goyo. Goyo is a good operator. He got two very good guns. He's got a really good insight ability to kill time. I'm going to put Goyo at the top of B. A lot of people would probably say Goyo's A tier, and I'm right on the border of A and B. But I look at who I have in the A tier, and I don't think Goyo's better than Fenrir. I don't think he's better than Azami. Definitely not better than Deimos. Definitely not better than Ashe. So I think top of B tier right now is a good place for Goyo to be. And if I was Goyo, I'd be happy with that. Gridlock. Gridlock is a favorite operator of mine. That voluptuous woman from Australia. She saves koalas. She's awesome. Especially with her buff. I hate that they took away one of her tracks, but the tracks are way stronger now. Great for flank watch. Really good gun. The only downside to her is she is slow as balls because she's a 3 armor, and I despise 3 armor operators. I'm going to say she is pretty middle of the road in B. She's better than Finka, for sure. She is very vital. I mean, now, with all the roaming going on, it seems like this season's super heavy in roamers, even more maybe because no one knows Casino, so everyone's just walking around Casino, and that's like 90% of the maps that you end up playing. But flank watch is important, so you gotta have a Gridlock or a Nomad, or chances are someone sneaking up behind you, flanking you, whatever you want to call it. So she's B for sure. Grim is also a B tier operator. In the right hands, I think Grim is one of the best aggro style attackers in the game. Most people use Grim passively for either flank watch or they'll just shoot a canister in a doorway in hopes that someone's going to run through it. But if you're smart with Grim, you can make some serious plays. I haven't played a lot of Grim recently, but Grim is a great operator. Commando's a great gun. Him and IQ. I like Grim in the middle of the road and beat. I'm not gonna put him above Gridlock, which that's about 50-50. They're like the exact same skill for me. But I think Gridlock has a little bit more use right now than Grim does. Now, Hibana is an interesting one because in terms of hard breachers, I would say most people would say that Hibana is the worst of them. And they're probably right. She is. But the thing is, all three hard breachers, Hibana, Thermite, and Ace, are all really fucking good. She has a really good gun. I love the Type 89. She also got a DMR. Got a shotgun too, I think, but who the fuck uses the shotgun? You have a Type 89. She's really good. I would go ahead and put her in A. I think she's better than Fenrir, for sure. Azami. She better than Azami. I'm not going to put her above Azami, but she's definitely A tier. I like Hibana a lot. I love the Type 89. I love her ability. She's more versatile than most of the other hard breachers. I will say that. Because if you know all the tips and tricks, like breaking a cated hatch, you can do that with Hibana. I guess you can do that technically with Ace too, but Hibana's good. Moral of the story, I like Hibana a lot. Now, Ayana is an interesting one too, because I do think Ayana is a really good operator. But she's not like one of the best. I mean, what can I say? I mean, she's got a good gun. She's got the G86. She is a walking drone. I'm pretty sure she's a 3-speed, right? There's a lot of good about Ayana. I mean, the elite skin alone puts her above C tier. I like her in the middle of the road for B. IQ is kind of a forgotten entity in Siege. Back in my day, back when Siege was newer, IQ was pretty fucking good. And she still is good. But the problem is, in today's Siege, there's a lot less strategy and a lot more running and gunning. So no one's going to take the time to play IQ to search out traps, which they probably should, because I see so many people die to Kapkan traps and thorns and shit like that on a daily basis. I'm going to put IQ in C tier. I think she is... I'm going to put her right in front of Castle. IQ is really good. It's not her fault that everyone's fucking dumb that plays Siege. She's got good guns too, especially with the Commando. I like her right in C tier. I feel bad about that because I think IQ is really good. Just don't think that she's super underutilized nowadays, and she's kind of fallen out of the rotation. Speaking of falling out of the rotation, Jackal used to be up here. When I came back to Siege after my 8-year hiatus of the game, whatever it was, Jackal was literally banned every single first attack round. You can never play Jackal because he was so good. And I still think he's good, but I don't think he's crazy anymore. They've nerfed him into the ground, which crazy. They've nerfed him into the ground and he's still a high level B tier attack operator. Speaking of nerfing into the ground, roll right into the next one. Jaeger is a really good operator, but God, they have nerfed him so much over time. He was, without a doubt, at one point the best defender in the entire game. Now, his gun sucks more. Don't quote me on it, but I'm pretty sure you have less ADS setups. So, that one I could be wrong about, but his gun is so much worse than he used to be. He's still really good. I think he's better than Wamai, who, they do similar things. I would put him in B tier. I still think he's better than most of the other people on this list for sure. But back in the day, he was S tier. Now, Cade is S tier. The thing for me is, where is Cade on the S tier list? Cade is the best denial operator in the game because he can hit hatches. He can Cade trick if you're good with it. You can basically seal off a wall completely the entire round if you're good. He's got the shotgun. The only weakness to Cade is he's got no good secondary. The Magnum is okay, but that scope pistol's garbage. Do I think Cade is better than Ace? I do. Do I think Cade is better than a Rooney? That's in question. He's definitely not better than Dokkaebi. So it's just a matter, is he better or worse than a... I'm going to say yes. Personally, I would rather play a Rooney than Cade, but I think Cade is much more of a more team benefiting operator. So I'm happy with Cade there. Either one of those, it's 1A, 1B right there. Callie's a sniper in a close range gunfight game for the most part. I hate to say it, because sometimes I do like to play Callie. She's fun. But realistically, she's F tier. She's kind of garbage. She's got a sniper rifle, so if you play Callie, most of the time you're hiding outside and your entire team's dead, and then you're just trying to bait kills. Enough said. I still think Clash is worse, but Callie's definitely F tier. Kapkan's A tier. I'm going to get some flack for that because a lot of people don't like Kapkan, but the people that don't like Kapkan are the people that don't drone out Kapkan traps and die to him all the time. Kapkan is so good. You'll get free kills if you know where to put them on what maps. No one drones anymore. There's a chance they're going to see it, but probably not. And his SMG is really good. The shotgun's garbage, of course. No one should ever use Kapkan's shotgun, but he also doesn't have the C4 anymore, which sucks. If he still had the C4, I would put him at the top of A, without a doubt. I wouldn't even question it. But I don't think he's better than Azami. Definitely not better than Deimos or Ash. Legion's an interesting one. I almost want to put Legion in S tier because he's got probably the second or third best gun on defense. Got a really good ability. I'm going to put him at the very first spot in A tier, though. Reason being is his mines aren't invisible anymore. If his mines were still invisible, he's definitely S tier. But the fact that they're visible, if you're droning or if you just occasionally look down at your feet, you're going to be able to see the goo mines. He's one of the best in the game, but when you look at the 4 that I have in S tier, I don't think he's on that level. Hate to say it, because I like him, but I don't think he's on that level. Lion's an interesting one as well. Lion is definitely... Lion's definitely A tier. He's just so fucking annoying. If we're being completely honest, full scope, he's annoying. He stops roamers. He basically stops you from moving. So if he's smart, he can trap you. His LMG's kind of but it's okay. And he's got the 417, which is a really good DMR in the game. And he's got a Leon Kennedy skin, so that's cool. He's A tier. I'm actually gonna put him behind Habana, but the more I think about it, he's lower end A tier, but he's definitely in the A. Maestro, on the other hand, is not. I hate to say it. I do occasionally play Maestro just for the memes. Maestro's pretty fucking bad. Same thing as Echo, but to a worse degree. Most of the time, if you're playing Maestro, your entire team's dead. You're sitting in a corner, 400 feet away from sight, under a desk, just watching things happen on the camera as they're planting. You're just not a great operator. Your guns are pretty mid too. There's just no real saving grace for you. Now, Maverick is another interesting one. Because I think Maverick is good in the right hands. He's got the M4, which is one of my personal favorite guns. But I am going to put him in B. And I'm going to put him near the top part of B. Reason being, if someone has a C4 close to the wall that you're cutting down, all you gotta do is throw a C4 at the Mav hole and he's dead. It really is as simple as that. I literally just did it yesterday. Maverick has his place and he can be really good, but he's not an upper echelon. He's a good operator. Now, Malusi's interesting because I feel like Malusi has dropped off drastically from where she was originally. When I first came back to Siege a few years ago, I felt like there was a Malusi every single game that I played till she got banned. But now, it seems like almost no one plays her. I think she is good. I mean, she's got a really good gun. She has a pretty good ability. It's not great. I play Malusi from time to time, but the fact that she's a 3-speed just really kills her whole vibe. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put her in C tier. I'm going to put her at the top of C tier. I think she's better than Echo on. I don't know why there's been such a steep drop off, because I think when I first started, when I came back to Siege a few years ago, she was still a 1-speed. I think I said 3-speed earlier. I think she was a 1-speed still, so like a 3. I meant to say 3 armor earlier. It doesn't fucking matter. I don't know why her drop off has been so crazy. I might have missed something. Did she might have had ACOG too. Now that I think about it, I think she had ACOG. So, something to keep in mind. Okay. This is probably going to be the most controversial thing that I rank here. Mira is grossly overrated. She does have a good gun. The Vector is very good. She does have a shotgun secondary. Rotates. Awesome. Her ability is not that fucking good. You bring an Ace, you bring an Ash, you bring a Habana, any projectile really, it's chopped. She's not that good. She's also a 3 armor 1-speed. She's slower than balls. I'm going to put Mira in B. I don't think she's... With how much she gets banned in like 90% of games. You would think she would be S tier. She's not. A lot of people are going to disagree with me on that. Mira is overrated. Period. She's B tier. Monty's an interesting one. Because in the right hands, Monty is really good. In the wrong hands, Monty is fucking worth. I'm going to go ahead and say Monty is the best of the shield operators. Yeah, I'm okay with him being above Denari. He's better than the other shield operators. He has more use. So he's C tier. He could be B tier in the right hands. But again, throw C4 at him, he's dead. You have two people, he's dead. The only thing he's good for is planting and then holding the case. Other than that, that's all he provides. Mozzie's A tier. I'd say Mozzie's better than Lion and Fenrir. Mozzie has the Commando, which I think is a really good gun. He has a C4. He also is drone and intel denial. And then you also have a mobile camera at all times. You can also, if you get multiple drones, you can set those drones in certain hotspots for intel. Get additional cameras. Mozzie's really good. Moral of the story. Mozzie's good. Mute's S tier. Without question, I'm not even going to think twice about it. Intel denial, best shotgun in the game, SMG 11, and a C4. Enough said. He's always been one of the best operators in the game from day one to now. Nook is interesting because I do like Nook. I'm not going to lie. I think Nook is a pretty good operator, but she is a C tier. She's not B. She's not on the same level as the other operators in there. In the right hands, you can do a perfect flank, but that's about it. She is hot too, so maybe just on that she would go into B. But in terms of just skill or gameplay, does have the FMG, which I like. She can, hide from cameras or whatever, but again, no one fucking uses cameras anymore. So what are you really hiding from? Yeah. Nomad. Do I think Nomad is better than Gridlock? That's what I really have to consider here. Because they do the same thing. In theory. I think she has a better gun than Gridlock. But I think I would rather have the tracks down than have a Nomad airjet. Probably gonna get flagged for this. I'm gonna put her right behind Gridlock. Because I do think I would rather play Gridlock than Nomad. A lot of people probably aren't going to think that way, but I do. She's got a better gun. That's all she has on Gridlock, in my opinion. Well, and the fact that she's not a fucking one speed. Oryx is trash. I'll put Oryx in D. He can be useful, but the moments that he can be useful in are so very minimal. Yeah, I mean, he's just mid, honestly. He's worse than mid. He's D. Enough. I'm not going to focus on Oryx. He sucks. Osa, too. I'm not going to be as mean and put Osa in D. I am going to put Osa in C tier. Osa can be good. She got 2 pretty good guns. But she's easy to counter. I mean, she's another shield op. You know what? I will put her top of the shield ops. She's not better than Castle. I'll put her there. She's very middle of the road. This one's probably going to hurt me the most because Pulse is my guy. I love Pulse. Playing Pulse from underneath is just such a good thing. So I would love to put him in S tier. I'm not going to, because he's not. Like, it's just because I like playing him doesn't mean he's an S tier operator. I will, however, I'm gonna put Pulse. I'm gonna put Pulse near the top of B. You know what? Yeah, I'm gonna put Pulse above Doc. If you have a good Pulse on your team, aka me, best Pulse in the world, you're getting a free kill every single time underneath without even having to fight anyone with a C4. Is it a little grimy? Yeah, but at the end of the day, it's part of the game. Fucking use it. All right. So in any situation, you can make a 5v4 as quick as they enter the building if you know what you're doing. Got to have map knowledge for it. If you don't have map knowledge, you're just going to get lost. You're not going to be good. I want to put him higher because I personally love Pulse, but realistically, I know he's very much limited to what he can do in B tier. Ram is an interesting one as well. Ram, I think, goes into B tier, and I'm actually going to put Ram right behind Pulse. She's got an R4C, fantastic gun. She is a layered operator, same as Pulse, where you play on a different level ideally, and that's where you can get the most out of her. She is a 1 speed, which sucks. I wish she was at least a 2. Like, if they made Ram a 2 speed, 2 armor, she would skyrocket and become the most played operator. Probably the most banned operator, other than Dokkaebi. She can't ban Dokkaebi right now, so I like Ram at B. I was tempted to put her higher, but she's so slow and she's very one-dimensional. I mean, if you're not attacking from above with Ram, you're not using her right. Aura can be very good, but most of the time is not. I'm going to put her in C. She's definitely, I think, more useful than Osa and anyone below her. I don't think she's better than Castle or anyone else in C tier. She's got a good gun though. The marksman rifle. I can't remember. I think she has the SR-25. Could be wrong about that, so don't quote me. But she's pretty good. For the memes, I want to put him in last, but I'm not going to. Realistically, I think he actually has. I think he's more useful than most of the other people in F tier. Rook sucks. Let's call a spade a spade. He's got great guns, same guns as Doc. You know, he's got the MP5 and he's got the P90. That's where the buck stops, though. If you play Rook in 2026, just why? I want to know why. Leaving it at that. Sense gets a lot of hate. Most people would put Sense in F. I think Sense is actually very much underrated, and he's actually gained popularity recently. When I used to play Sense a lot, he was the he was the least played operator in the entire game, period. I think he's got a lot of good uses, especially if you are a plant specialist and you're going to play the objective. He's a B tier operator. Now, if you play Sense and you're not going to plant the diffuser, then he's C. But he's meant to be a planter. if you play him as he should, he's B tier. Sentry has its... Is Sentry the guy or the girl? I think Sentry's the dude. I can't remember. Whatever. Sentry has moments where they can be a good operator, but he's kind of mid, realistically. He can have Cage Shotgun, which is really good, and he can have a C4 mixed with another. I'm still putting him in. He's just Scopos is good. Scopos is B tier operator. I would actually put Scopos. I'll put Scopos and B right behind Mira. I do think Scopos is one of the best roamers. You also essentially have 2 lives. As long as you don't die on the first one, you can switch to your other robot and you get full health again. So it's basically like a free heal, basically like a second chance at life. I think Scopos is really good. I kind of want to put her higher, but I think middle of the road with B is a very good place for her. Fuck. My British companion, Sledge. Sledge is... I'm putting Sledge right behind Buck. Sledge and Buck are pretty much the same operator. They break soft walls, and they have 2 good primaries. I think Buck is a bit more versatile because you shoot the walls out rather than take out a giant fucking hammer. So Buck can open up a wall not being directly on it, where Sledge you have to be directly on that wall to break it. I'm a big fan of Sledge. I do a lot of Sledge pushes, haven't so much recently, but swinging over Indo, break it on the swinging, and you take sight. Especially in Bank. Bank is one of the best Sledge maps. Smoke is also an S tier. I hate to put Smoke and Mute both in S tier, but they honestly both deserve it. They both have the same loadout, minus Mute has a C4, which makes Mute better. But Smoke is fantastic too. You have the shotgun, you have the SMG-11, and you have 3 gas canisters that I think go off for the 20 seconds or 15 seconds, whatever it is. Some stupid amount of time. I just spilled drink in my fucking pants. That's besides the point. Enough said. S tier. Smoke deserves it. He's just as good as Mute. Some people would argue he's better. I think Mute's better because he's got C4 and he's intel denial. Me personally. But definitely S tier. Hell, a couple years ago, Solus would have been S tier, but she's kind of mid nowadays. I'm going to say it. She does have the P90, which is a good gun. Don't think... I like her right there. Solus still has her purpose, and she still can be really good, and a lot of high-end players that I've played with who use Solus usually play her really fucking good. That being said, that's pretty rare nowadays. Solus is B. Striker is also a B tier operator. I'm going to put Striker right above. I would rather play Striker than Jackal. You are so versatile with Striker. You can have frags and flashes, or you can have EMPs and hard breaches, and you can be your own wall breacher. Got the M4, which is, again, really fucking good gun. And I think they have the SR25 as well if you want a DMR. Striker has a very, very, very good purpose in the game. I think Striker's the she. She's very good. Period. Tachanka. One thing I am not going to do is accept any Tachanka hate. Most people would say Tachanka is one of the worst. He's not. Tachanka is actually really good if you know how to use him. His fires does suck, but most people don't know that. And he has the best LMG in the game. Period. End of story. I'm gonna put Tachanka. I'm putting Tachanka right. You know what? Fuck it. Tachanka is the best of the middle of the road. He's the best average operator in the game, period. Fight me. Thatcher is very good as well, especially after the rework. Thatcher is an A tier operator. He's got really good guns. He's got really good abilities. The only downside to him, you're going to hear me say this a lot because I do hate one-speed operators, but he's slower than fucking dick. That's the only bad thing about Thatcher. But he's still an A tier, 100%. Most of the time, if you don't have a Thatcher on your team, then you're probably going to lose the attacking round. That brings me to Thermite. Thermite is S tier in my opinion. He's got good guns, got secondary shotgun, got flashes, and at the end of the day, I think he's better than Ace. That's all I have to say about it. He's S tier. He is the best hard breacher in the game. Don't at me. It is what it is. Thorn's also really good. I think for the 10 of you who are loyalists to my channel, you will know that I used to main Thorn. Before Thorn was good, I was a Thorn guy. I played the shit out of Thorn when she was bad. But now it seems kind of boring because everyone plays her because she is really good. I'm going to put her in A above Fenrir. If you know how to play Thorn, aggro, similar to Ela, she's so good. But even if you don't, you play her passive, you know where to put her traps. She's one of the best defenders in the game right now. Thunderbird as well, especially with I'm putting Thunderbird in A. And I'm actually going to put her above Fenrir. I'm going to put her behind Thorn. With Dokubi's rework, which I know a lot of you already knows, but for those of you that don't, let your phone explode, because if your phone explodes, you do take damage, but she cannot call you anymore, and if you have a Thunderbird on your team, or if you yourself are Thunderbird, you let the phone explode, sit on top of one of your, I don't even know what the things are called, I call them Thunderstrucks, just because her name's Thunderbird, but you sit next to one of her healing stations, and you get that health back, and then Dokkaebi can't fuck with you anymore. And she's got an assault rifle on defense and the spear, which there's only who does have, is it Scopos, Thunderbird, and is that it? That might be it. I think that's it. Moral story, Thunderbird's really good now. I slept on Thunderbird for a long time. She's also an operator that I just recently started playing a lot of, and I'm getting good results with it. Tubarão. Again, Tubarão is a character or an operator that used to get a lot of hate, but it seems like every single game someone's playing fucking Tubarão now, so he's popular. Again, I played Tubarão a lot before he was popular. I don't want to say I'm a trendsetter, but I play Thorn a lot, Thorn becomes popular. I played Tubarão a lot, Tubarão becomes popular. It is what it is. Tubarou's definitely an A tier operator. He's also got a DMR, one of only 2 operators with a DMR. On defense, I'm going to put him right after Thatcher. I think that's fair. Great wall denial, great wall stall. And ultimately, it is one of only 2 counters to Dokkaebi. Not that you're most of the time ever going to be standing in a Tubarão, but you can ice yourself out before the call, and the call cannot connect. what it's worth. Coming down to the home stretch here, we have 9 left. 9 left. Okay. Twitch. I would love to put Twitch in S tier, but I'm not going to. I am going to put Twitch as the first operator in A, though. Twitch is really good. You have 4 drones rather than 2. Your shock drones can take out traps, like Cade traps or thorns, whatever. And she has the F2. And if the F2 isn't for you, you can't control it, like me half of the time. She has the 417, which is the second best DMR in the game. So, a lot of versatility with Twitch. You can play her aggro, you can play her support. She's one of the only operators that you can really do that in both. Easy top of A tier. I'm just looking at this. Thorn is better than Lion. Enough said. Moving on. Valkyrie is Valkyrie is really good. The problem with Valkyrie is the same problem I have with Echoes. Same problem I have with Maestros. The only thing that people use Valkyrie for is to get a free C4 kill from below, which I know because I used to do it too. Or just sit on cameras the entire round till the entire team's dead, and then complain when your entire team's dead and you can't clutch it, even though you did nothing to really help the team. She could be B. I'm putting her in C, though. I don't like the MPX as a weapon either. She's just, for me, mid operator. Now, Vigil. A lot of people, if you watch my gameplay, you would probably think that I am putting Vigil in S tier. Because of the Boss G, because of the SMG-12, because of the good ability. You would be right. Vigil is so good. The Boss G, in my opinion, is the best gun on defense. I'll say the second best gun on defense. I would still put the EBR, DMR above it just because it's got more bullets. Besides the point, Vigil's very good. He's one of my favorite operators in the game. He's super overpowered. He's an S tier operator without a shadow of a doubt. Wamai is also very good. The AUG is a good gun. But he is kind of just okay. I mean, his little frisbees are good. They're not better than Jaegers, in my opinion. But he's a good operator. I'm not gonna say anything bad about Wamai. He's bomb a B tier, but you know, he could easily be anywhere in B tier, really. Okay, this is probably going to be the second most controversial take that I have. The first one, obviously, being Mira at B tier rather than A or S. I am putting Warden at the top of C. Now, hear me out. I know people love Warden. I get it. He's got a good gun in the SMG-12. I'll give him that. Warden was at his peak when Ying was at her peak. Not a lot of people play Ying anymore because Ying is not as good as she used to be with the nerfs. So now all Warden does is wear cool glasses. I mean, he's really... How many times do you sit there and you're solo queuing or whatever, and you're watching, you're spectating, right? And you watch a Warden just repeatedly get flashbanged over and over again, and they don't use their fucking goggles. It happens all the goddamn time. He's got a C4, which is nice, but again, the thing that really takes him down is People use Warden as a roamer. He is a 1 speed, 3 armor. Garbage, off the table. He is the worst roamer on defense who's classified as a roamer. Snake is... Okay, so here's the thing with Snake. Snake is 100% an S tier operator. Now, the thing with Snake is, where the fuck do I put him in S tier? Is he better than Dokkaebi? No. Is he better than Cade? No. Better than Aruni and Vigil? No. Is he better than Mutant Smoke? No. You know what? I'm looking at the rest of the list, and I know none of these other operators are S tier. Snake is the worst best operator in the game. He is the bottom of S tier. Because he's not better than Ace or Thermite. It is what it is. He's S tier, but he's not the best. Ying. I love Ying. I'm putting Ying B tier though, because if your teammate plays Ying, chances are you're dead because you won't be able to fucking see a goddamn thing because you're going to be blind the entire round. All I have to say on that. Zero can be good. I'm going to put Zero. I'm putting Zero in C tier. My experience with any Zero player, even when I've played Zero myself, is you take way too fucking long to attack. You shoot 900 cameras, and then by the time you're actually ready to push into sight, there's 5 seconds left. And Zofia is good. He's not great. I'm going to put Zofia right behind Striker in B. She's not a 3 armor anymore, 1 speed. She's a 2 speed now, which I think boosts her up because I would have put her way below that before this season. Okay. Let me look through the list. I want to see if there's anything that stands out that I should change. Because this is the done list. That's it. I think S tier is perfect how it is. The only thing that I would maybe switch, which I'm not going to, I'm going to keep it how it is. I would maybe move Twitch and Legion into S tier, but I think there is a big gap between... It's not a huge gap, but I think there's a gap between Snake and Twitch. I think Twitch is better than Legion. I think Snake is better than Twitch. Period. Honestly, I think I love this list. You know what? I can't do it to my boy. I'm putting Tachanka in B. Fight me. I don't care. Okay. I think this is my perfect list. I love every tier the way I have it. I don't think that I would change anything anymore. I think that's a wrap. I think this is exactly what I would want it to be. If you made it this far, this took longer than I expected. I forgot how many fucking operators there are in this game because, hell, I only play like fucking 10 of them most of the time. That being said, this took about an hour and 15 minutes. If you made it this far, I appreciate it. Let me know down in the comments what you think about my list, what you would change, what you agree with, hot take wise, or what you think my garbage takes were. Probably Mira and Warden if I had to take a guess. But that being said, I appreciate anyone that hung out and watched all the way to the end. If you could like, comment, and subscribe, I would appreciate it. If not, go fuck yourself. I don't care. Just kidding. But it would be cool if you did. But yeah, let me know in the comments what you think about my tier list. Let me know if you think I did good or you hated my list. Honestly, I think I ate with the list. There's going to be some problems, but it's my opinion. So if you don't like it, go fuck yourself. Peace.